I'm not gonna lie, so far I'm liking this and it seems pretty promising. Just one tap in the head, everything we're touching is just disappearing. Ooh, and the hip fire is actually really good now. All right, here we go, round 45. Let's see how this thing holds up. Oh, well, I was okay. Well, yep. So Shatter Blast is still good on round 45, but that's not what we're testing. Let's try this again. All right, and welcome back, guys. Time for our first Pack-a-Punch testing video of Season 5. If you're new to my channel or this series, every time they add a brand new weapon into Cold War, we go into zombies, test it on low rounds, high rounds, medium rounds, pretty much everything you know about that weapon in zombies. In this video, we're testing the first weapon you unlock in the Battle Pass this season, the EM2. All right, now here we are, loaded in game, this time on D Machine, taking a quick break from Mauer to Totem, just a little nice change of scenery. I feel like the last 9 videos have been on that map, and I don't want to only ever play one map. Now that we have 3 maps on Cold War, we should take full advantage of each and every one of them. The first thing you're going to notice about this weapon is we don't have any optic on this. Oh, we just got the sharpshooter badge. That is max level for this weapon and the 5,000 kills done, so nothing left to unlock for this weapon. That's beside the point. As I was saying, this weapon has a default kind of reticle built into it, so if you're not using any attachments, this is a sight you're going to have, which is honestly pretty clean. I actually really like this, and I think I'm just probably never going to run any sort of optics on this. I'm just going to keep it with this because I like it quite a bit. For the inspect here, I mean, it's, you know, the typical AR inspect, nothing special about it. I'll have my full class setup for this weapon at the very end of this video if you want to see exactly what I'm rocking on it. But so far, it's a slow fire rate, high damage weapon, and I really like it. Per headshot, without any upgrades, we are doing 245 damage, and for a body shot, we're doing 48, which is pretty good for an AR. We did our Dark Aether in one game with it last night, but I didn't have the maxed out attachments on, so I'm really curious on how well this is going to perform on high rounds. And we're going to compare it side by side with some of the other better ARs in the game and see exactly where it ranks and if it can keep up with the better weapons. Oh, and perfect, the max ammo. So we don't have to buy ammo. Let's go ahead, get the max ammo, and see how much ammo we have. Right now, we have the biggest magazine on this weapon. That's usually what I run in zombies. So with that, when you spawn in without pack-a-punching it, you're going to have 30 bullets in your magazine and 330 in reserve. That's a pretty decent amount. I'm hoping we see around 800 when we pack that, though. That's really what this thing's going to need. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and build up points, open the map. That way we can pack-a-punch. While I'm doing that, if you're new here and want to sub, I would greatly appreciate it. I think we're really close to 135,000 subs. And on top of that, I got to give a huge thanks to everyone who's going to like, comment, and watch this video in its entirety. Those 3 things help out my channel so much more than what you guys know. You know, this gun has almost no recoil. This thing's super accurate for headshots, and the hip fire is pretty good. It's definitely one of the better out of all the ARs. That's a really good thing, especially for training and high rounds. You want really good hip fire, because even if the weapon does a ton of damage, if you're missing a lot of shots when you're hip firing, the time to kill is going to go down. But this weapon nails it, and we don't even have Deadshot yet. That's going to make it even better. All right, round 10, we can go ahead, pack-a-punch the weapon here. Absolutely love that camo coverage, and if you keep the default sight on it, it actually covers the default sight with the camo, and I love when weapons do that. It's absolutely amazing. And with that, we can also get it a tier 1 upgrade if we can back out of this. Ooh, let's not go down. Let's see how much damage we're doing per headshot right now. Dang, we're already up to 713 damage with 1 pack and 1 tier upgrade. I think this thing's going to do a ton of damage per shot later on, which is really good because the C58 I thought was going to do a ton of damage, but the C58 shoots slow and it really doesn't do enough damage to make up for that. I think this is just a better version of the C58. I don't know. I was really disappointed by the C58. If you watch my review of it, it's pretty much one of the worst ARs in the game. The only AR that does less damage than that is the Krig. So hopefully this is them making up for the C58, and this thing is actually a really good slow firing AR. All right, it's about time we go ahead, put the second tier Pack-a-Punch on this. Once again, still green. Actually, you know, we're also going to put Cryo Freeze on here because it's going to help us for getting a little bit of kills later on. And I think we have enough salvage to go ahead and get it to the second tier on the salvage tier as well. That's a dog. We can't really test damage values on a dog. Let's find a normal regular zombie. So well, that doesn't count. 2,017 damage per headshot, which is pretty good. We got a lot of room to work with still. We've still got 2 more salvage upgrades and 1 more pack tier to go. And for a body shot, we're doing about 300 damage. I'm not going to lie. So far, I'm liking this, and it seems pretty promising. Oh, and there we go. We got a Megaton, too. And we're pretty much at... Oh, if we don't go down here. Okay, yep. Oh, there we go. We're pretty much melting this Megaton. A lot of weapons on this round still take quite a few bullets, and it seems to be doing better than average when it comes to getting rid of these things. Yep. And one more here. Ooh, if we can hit our shots. You know, it is taking a little bit longer to destroy this one. That's mainly because we missed a lot of shots there. Oh, and there we go. Finally, the Wonder Fizz Machina spawned in. That's one of my least favorite parts about D Machina. I love this map, but I hate the fact that you've got to wait for the Wonder Fizz Machine. On every other map, Wonder Fizz Machine's ready to go as soon as you turn on power. But this one, you got to turn on power and wait till 10 rounds, which I guess it gives this map a little bit of character. But I kind of secretly wish they'd come back to this map and update it where as soon as, you know, you get power on, Wonder Fizz Machine's ready to go. But I get it. I understand. All right, round 25. Now we have Deadshot, so we're going to be doing even more damage. And we're going to pack it all the way maxed out. And one more time, here we go. Tier upgrade all the way to the purple tier. This is probably going to do quite a bit. Let's go ahead, get a full health zombie, and let's see what we do per headshot. And I missed the shot. Of course, we don't even get anywhere near close to hitting it. 12,000 damage per shot. And on round 25, that's a one shot. You can just one tap zombies in the head on this round. Look at that. Just one tap in the head. Everything we're touching is just disappearing. Ooh, and the hipfire is actually really good now. Now that we have Deadshot, look at those hipfire headshots from way back here. That's my one issue with the FFAR. Even though it's the highest damage assault rifle in the game, its hipfire just wasn't that great, but this has great hipfire. So once you get Deadshot, you can sit way back here and pretty much just one tap everything without having to ADS. But if you do ADS, you got this nice little cool sight on it. Oh crap, I almost forgot to check. So with it being packed, we now have 60 bullets in the magazine and 600 in reserve, which isn't too bad. But if we look at a weapon like the Groza has a ton more, but the Groza doesn't quite do as much damage per shot, so it almost evens out in that matter. So really not too bad on ammo, but it's also definitely not the best when it comes to ammo as well. And with that, we finally have enough points to go ahead, get the max upgrade on this. Let's see the maximum damage potential of this. We go ahead, get a headshot on a fresh zombie, 17,000 damage. That is an insane amount of damage. So yeah, still gonna one tap zombies. If you hit a zombie in the head on this round and it's at full health, it's just gonna disappear. Like, zombies are just disappearing as soon as they get shot right now. All right, here we go. Real quick checkup on round 35. So yeah, round 35, absolutely frying through zombies still. All right, here we go. Round 45. Let's see how this thing holds up. Well, that was okay. Well, yep. So Shatter Blast is still good on round 45, but that's not what we're testing. Let's try this again. This time, hopefully not activating that. All right, here we go. One more time. And did we actually activate Shatter Blast? Okay, there we go. Here's some actual zombies. So yeah, round 45, it's definitely dropping off, but it's still doing a decent amount of damage. I'm really curious to see how this is going to perform on round 55, because at that point in time, zombies are going to have quite a bit more health, but it's definitely quite noticeably killing slower than we did in the last video. There we go. One thing I'm not sure how we didn't mention it earlier, when PackAPunch, it becomes the EMC squared, which obviously you guys get that reference. That's kind of cool. I always like when they make punny names for the PackAPunch camo. But here we are on round 55. However this weapon performs on this round is how it's going to perform on every single round past this. So even if you take this weapon on 935, it is going to work the exact same as we're about to show now. All right, here we go. We got a horde of zombies. And unfortunately, we turned one. But this is how quickly we are killing zombies with this on health cap. And it's still decent, but it has definitely dropped off a lot. On early rounds, this was performing very well, but the higher round you go, it really doesn't hold up that well. For comparison, here's the Groza, and you can see right away the Groza's killing zombies so much quicker. It is definitely nowhere near the better of the AR class, but I do think it's better than a few other ARs. It's definitely not the worst like we saw with the C58. It's just a slightly better C58 is kind of what I think about this AR. But trust me, you're going to be better off using the Groza, the Farah, the FFAR. All of these higher end ARs are just going to kill zombies on health caps so much quicker than what you are with the EMC2. So unfortunately, definitely not a meta breaker. And it has a place, but it's just, I don't know, it has a place in just kind of being unique, something different to use, but it is definitely not going to compete anywhere near the other ARs in the game. And once again, via Curtis Wolf, we have the exact damage numbers of these weapons. I'm going to have the chart and all of like the testing information linked below if you want to check it out. But this right here, the EMC only does a little bit more than the C58. It actually doesn't do as much more as what I thought, but you can really see on these rounds, it's not doing an insane amount of damage like some of the other ARs. And that's because it's doing 62,000 damage per second compared to the Groza, which is doing 75,000 damage per second. And that's why you can see when we switch to the Groza, we're definitely doing more damage and it is killing this horde a lot quicker. So yeah, that is our full review of this weapon, guys. Have you used this weapon? How do you feel about it? For me, it's about a mid-tier AR. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best. With that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. Luckily, we still have 2 more weapons to test, and I really hope that the new SMG is a top contender, because I have a feeling that might be one of the better weapons to use in zombies, but we'll only find out once we test that. So hopefully in a few days, I'll have that video out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. All right, now for the attachments I was running in this video, we were not running any optic. For the muzzle, we had the flash guard. For the barrel, we had the cavalry lancer. For the body, we had the SWAT 5mm. For the underbarrel, we had the infiltrator grip. For the magazine, we always just pretty much use the bottom one. For the handle, we were running the speed tape, and for the stock, we were running the marathon pad. I want to take the last moment here to thank everyone who's became a Twitch sub or a YouTube member, and an extra special thanks to those who have taken it above and beyond. We've got the man whose name should be really easy to pronounce, Yamaster. We've got the man, the myth, the legend, Cryptic. We've got my friend with the most stable PS5 ever, DX2069. We've got the DMCA claim waiting to happen, Snap On. We have the E-Tool lawyer, you don't cross Haas, and then the absolute boss, Hunter Redon Doe. All these people have taken a step above and became Unlock++ members on YouTube. Thank you so much, true homies.